Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. What I'm going to do today is just walk you through the research assignment that we have. It's a two-part assignment. So here are the assignment instructions. You'll also see these in Blackboard. As part of a two-part assignment, this is our research assignment where you're going to turn in different elements, get feedback from me, and then make revisions. So we have a lot of time to accomplish this. Do as much research as you can and get really in-depth with your topic. So in our class, we've learned how to find and evaluate information. You may recall we had that workshop at the library where we used the library databases. We've also talked about, what is scholarly information, what is peer review, how are things published, and a bit about APA citation as well in class. Obviously, with the pandemic, didn't get to do as much in-practice person sessions as I would like. So I am going to link you to some additional resources, and that's part of turning in the rough draft and the final draft as well. So this assignment is broken up into two parts. Essentially, I want you to pick anything that you want to research. So there is a worksheet in our course material section of Blackboard called the question formulation technique. Now, if you're like me at home, you don't have a printer. So I don't necessarily expect you to be able to print that worksheet and complete it, but I would like you to read through it and perhaps take out a piece of paper and complete it. It's a brainstorming technique where we really our brains work differently when we're writing than when we're just thinking. So it's really a way to help generate research questions and research ideas. What I would recommend doing is timing yourself, giving yourself 3 minutes to do the first part, which is as many questions as you can. 1 minute to distinguish between which questions are open questions and which ones are closed questions. And then there's a few reflective questions. That can be really useful in helping you come up with a research question for this assignment. So for this assignment, again, it's wide open. So you can pick a topic that we've covered in our class, such as open access, fake news, so on and so forth. You could pick a personal research interest, maybe a hobby or something that you're thinking a lot about. Or you can pick something that you're covering in another Dominguez-Hills class, provided that it meets our research requirements for this class. So I'm open to basically any topic you feel passionate about and willing to engage in some deep research on. So the first part of the assignment is due on Tuesday at midnight, just before midnight, on April 14th. You're going to come up with your research question. I want you to submit at least 2 questions, just in case your first one doesn't pan out or isn't quite right. And then to help me provide feedback on your research questions, I'd like you to just include a sentence or 2 as why you're interested in that particular question. After that, you'll get feedback from me. Once you get feedback from me, you can start on the next step. This is going to be an annotated bibliography. An annotated bibliography is just like a normal reference pages, a normal bibliography page, but underneath each citation, you include at least a few paragraphs. So for our annotated bibliography purposes, you're going to include at least 2 paragraphs. The first one is going to summarize in your own words what the source says. And then the second paragraph is going to explain how you found it, what you think about it, and most importantly, what it contributes to your research question and your own understanding of the topic. You're going to turn in a rough draft of that on April 23rd, my birthday. Then I will give you feedback and you'll turn in the final draft on May 5th. So like our other assignments, I've got a rubric here. The research question, it's just sort of you did it or you didn't, and that's what gives you 5 points. But the rubric here is for the annotated bibliography. I'm particularly looking at APA formatting, it's 5 points. The sources that you select, you're going to need at least 7 sources, with 2 of them being scholarly peer-reviewed. But you'll notice I also want things that are just a variety of audiences. So if you have 7 peer-reviewed sources, that's not going to get you extra points per se. And of course, more than 7 may be necessary to help you really understand your topic, and that's okay and welcomed. But about a full half of the grade is coming from those annotations. Those are really important. The summary, should be substantial, not just duplicating the abstract. It should be something that you can only write if you've read the source. And then I have some examples for you. So I don't know if we talked about this in class, but I am an avid home brewer. So I picked this as an example research question. You'll notice it's open-ended. It can't be answered with just a quick yes or no question. and it's a little bit more complex and requires research. Here's another one that's more related to information we've covered in our class. Same thing, open-ended, complex, requires research. And then here are two example annotations. So I've got my APA citation for this first magazine article on Eagle Rock Brewery. I have my first paragraph summarizing what happens. And the second paragraph is how I found it and how it contributes to my research question. Here's a different one. This is a scholarly peer-reviewed article. I've got my APA citation. I'm summarizing the article. It's not just the abstract. And then I have a little information about how it's contributing to my research topic. And so your annotated bibliography would have at least 7, if not more, of those, and it would look something like that, and you'll be getting feedback from me along the way. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email or pop into our online Tuesday morning Zoom if you want to chat then, or use the discussion board. I hope you all are well.